KRG News 5's Gabby Easterwood live in the studio tonight after speaking to state health officials about why we're seeing such an increase.
Yeah, Peter and Devin, they say the increase is due to Omicron being so highly transmissible. Over 11,000 cases were reported statewide yesterday, and those health officials do not see those numbers decreasing anytime soon.
5 days into 2022, and Alabama has already reported 16,347 positive COVID cases.
Community transmission is extremely high right now, that your chance of coming into contact with this virus in pretty much any setting is high, and people need to be taking precautions.
Less than a week ago, we told you of a record number of cases. Now we've exceeded that number by 231, hitting a whopping 1,208 cases.
We just don't have any idea of when these numbers will peak. There's only going to be so much capacity for testing. It's still 10 times more deadly than the flu, and even though it's half as deadly as the previous variant, and there will still be some of us that will get very sick, and especially those most vulnerable to infection.
The Alabama Department of Public Health says we have a 41% positivity rate, but that number could be a lot higher due to issues with testing. Large turnouts at testing centers leading to some not being tested at all, and at-home tests not being recorded in data.
Make sure that if they can't be tested immediately, that they isolate themselves and monitor their symptoms.
Hospitalizations reported look low, but COVID is still putting pressure on the healthcare system through serious staff shortages because so many workers are getting sick and numerous patients showing up to the ER to get tested.
Hospitals are still recovering from the last COVID. They had to put off a lot of business that they needed to do while they were going through the pandemic and through the Delta surge. They were just, going back to some of their regular activities and some of the things that people needed. And then here we are again with hospital rates going up. I mean, that's a stress that we don't need in our already fragile system.
The Biden administration says it is in the process of purchasing 500 million at-home tests that will be administered through a website, which they have planned to have up and running by the end of the month. Live in studio, Gabby Easterwood, WKRG News 5.